Hi, my name is Tim. Thank you so much for joining me today. Grab your stacks because we're about to watch 12 Angry Men, released in 1957. Today we got a legal drama movie. Quite excited about this one. Been wanting to check it out for a long time. If you're brand new to the channel, welcome. Every week I check out movies that I haven't seen before. I'm doing every single genre. And today I've decided to, look at older movies. Movies that I generally wouldn't look at. So every week I do a poll over on Patreon where you guys decide a movie that I check out. I had 4 movies. I had Casablanca, 12 Angry Men, Citizen Kane, and 7 Samurai. All older movies that I want to check out at some point. And Casablanca and Angry Men were pretty close actually, jumping back and forth between both, but at the end, 12 Angry Men won. And as I can see, the ratings are incredibly high on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, so quite excited about this film. I haven't really seen any older films, like from the 50s and 60s. The only thing that I can remember seeing is The Birds from Alfred Hitchcock. That is actually in 1963. I saw that in English school a couple years back. Apart from that, haven't seen any older films, so if you have any suggestions, any films that are worth checking out that you want me to see on the channel, let me know in the comments below, and I'm definitely check out more in the future if you guys enjoy this video. So 12 Angry Men, it looks kind of like a crime thriller. I don't know if it's gonna be too intense or it's gonna be more of the legal side of things. Just from the poster over here, seemed pretty interesting. I saw that there was a remake done in the 80s or 90s. Not too sure if that is a complete remake, like the exact same thing or not, but I would like to look at that in the near future, do a little comparison between the two movies, so let me know if that one is worth checking out, if it's as good as the original. So I'm gonna be watching the whole film, but gonna be cutting it down for YouTube. If you want to see the full-length reaction, want to watch the entire movie with me, you can check the link in the description below to check out my Patreon. Also get early access to future videos. I'm gonna be watching Psycho and a couple older movies in the near future, so quite excited about that as well. So that's gonna be it. Like and comment if you can, helps the video reach to more people. So let's check out 12 Angry Men.
You've listened to a long and complex case, murder in the first degree.
Okay, so we're dealing with murder here. All right.
Charge. It's now your duty to sit down and try and separate the facts from the fancy. One man is dead, another man's life is at stake.
Okay.
If there's a reasonable doubt in your minds as to the guilt of the accused,
what does that
then
mean?
you must bring me a verdict of not guilty. Now, if, however, there's no reasonable doubt, then you must, in good conscience, find the accused guilty. The death sentence is mandatory in this case.
Oh my.
You're faced with a grave
a foot for a foot,
responsibility.
huh? If you kill somebody, you're gonna get killed. I guess it was like this back in the day. Oh. So is the jury 12 men? Yeah, okay. They are. Oh, it's just a kid. It's a kid. I need more context. Like, was it an accident? I think they said first degree, so 12 Angry Men. Let's go. It's already hot in here and they haven't even started arguing or anything. Oh, fan doesn't work. What is he contemplating about? Huh?
I called the weather bureau this morning. This is going to be the hottest day of the year.
Okay.
Well, you think that
Okay, so they have to anonymously come to the same conclusion. So if one person is off or not the same opinion, just don't get anywhere.
I mean, I've never been on a jury before.
If you ask me, I'd slap those tough kids down before they start any trouble.
Oh,
now let's get
boy.
started, huh?
Can't punish anybody, like, if they haven't done anything. Come on.
I tell you, we were lucky to get a murder case. I figured that's for an assault or burglary. Well, I think
Murder's
it'd be
more
that
interesting. Yeah. By the way, if you see me looking down, I'm just taking some notes.
Okay, man, let's take our seats, huh? Gentlemen at the window. We'd like to get started. We can vote on it right now, then.
I think it's customary to take a preliminary vote.
let's vote.
Right off the bat,
Then
vote?
we can all get
All
out of
right.
here, huh?
Of course, you know that we have a first-degree murder charge here, and if we vote the accused guilty, we've got to send him to the chair.
Oh my.
Just remember that this has to be 12-0 either way.
Exactly.
All those voting guilty, please raise your hands. 1, 2,
All slowly
3,
going
4,
up.
5, 6, 7, 11.
Oh.
Okay, that's 11.
Only
guilty.
one. Only
Voting not
one.
guilty. 1. Right.
Oh, was he the dude staring at the window?
Boy, oh boy, there's always one.
But why?
Oh, what are we doing now?
Let him talk.
I guess we talk. You really think he's innocent?
he deserves a chance to be defended?
I don't know. He's 18 years old. Well, that's old enough. He stabbed his own father 4 inches into the chest.
Yes.
Proved it a dozen different ways in court. Would you like me to list them for you?
So how come you vote not guilty?
It's not easy to raise my hand and send a boy off to die without talking about it first.
I honestly think the guy's guilty. Couldn't change my mind if you talked for 100 years.
I'm not trying to change your mind. It's just that
He deserves a
talking about
chance.
somebody's
Or...
life here. We can't.
Yeah, it's not.
And supposing we're wrong.
Supposing.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, Bill, it
Good.
should fall down on my head. You can suppose anything.
That's right.
Come on, let's just talk about it.
Great. I heard a pretty good story last night.
Oh, come on. No, no. About the case. About the case.
This kid's been kicked around all of his life. You know, born in a slum, mother dead since he was 9. He lived for a year and a half in the north. A wild, angry kid, that's all he's ever been. And you know why? Because he's been hit on the head by somebody once a day, every day.
Yeah, it's not easy.
We owe him a few words, that's
But still,
all.
you know,
I don't mind telling
doesn't
you this,
justify
mister.
murder, but...
We don't owe him a thing. Listen, I've lived among them all my
Oh
life.
my,
You can't
he
believe
is
a word they
sweating.
say, you know.
Rice Pops. It's a product I work on at the agency.
What are
I
you
wrote
doing?
that line. Very catchy. And this habit
Focus
of
on the
using-
case. There's still a life at stake, so can we take this seriously?
Point staying here forever. Suppose we go once around the table. I guess you're first.
Well,
Number 1.
I just think he's guilty. I mean, nobody proved otherwise.
Nobody has to prove otherwise. The burden of proof's on the prosecution.
Oh, well, sure, I know that. What I meant was, well, I just think he's guilty. I mean, somebody saw him
He doesn't
do it.
have a good reason. I think the one is gonna be convincing the other relevant he's not. Would be cool. Would take a lot of work, but could happen.
The old man lived downstairs under the room where the killing took place. On the night of the killing, he heard loud noises. Said it sounded like a fight. And he heard the kid yell out, "I'm gonna kill you." Second later, he heard a body hit the floor. Ran to the door, opened it up, saw the kid
Doesn't
running
look
down
good.
the stairs and out of the house. These are facts. You can't refute facts.
Yeah.
The kid is guilty.
Second dude stated facts.
It was obvious
Alright.
to me. He claimed he was at the movies during the time of the killing, and yet 1 hour later, he couldn't remember the names of the films he saw or who played in them.
That's
Oh,
right.
And no one saw him going in or out of the theater.
What about the woman across the street? If her testimony don't prove it, nothing does. She was the one who actually saw the killing.
Now, fellas, please,
Oh.
let's go in order here, huh?
She looks out the window, and right across the street, she sees the kid stick the knife into his father.
How did she know was the kid?
Time is 12:10 on the nose. His window was right opposite hers across the L tracks, and she swore she saw him do it.
Through the windows of a passing L train.
Right.
I was looking for a motive. That's very important because
Yeah.
if you don't have a motive...
Is it a
where's
crime
the
of
case, right?
passion? Is it...
Didn't they say something about a fight, an argument between the old man and his son around about 7 o'clock?
They
that night? I mean, I
argued,
could
he
be
went
wrong,
out to the
but
movies,
It was
then
8
he came
o'clock. 8
back.
o'clock, that's right. I don't think that was a very strong motive.
But they
This boy's
argued.
been hit so many times in his life that violence is practically a normal state of affairs with him.
Sadly,
I
but
can't
that's
see
true.
2 slaps.
There's so many good arguments so far. It's so hard when you're dealing with somebody's life.
Well, look at his record. He's picked up twice for knife fighting. Oh, yeah, they say he's real handy with a knife.
Oh no, the murder was with a knife,
It was
huh?
5 years.
When I was a kid, I used to call my father Sir. You ever hear a kid call his father that anymore?
Fathers don't
Nope.
seem to think it's important anymore.
You got any kids?
3?
I got one. 22 years old. When he was 9 years old, he ran away from a fight. I saw it. I was so embarrassed, I almost threw up.
Oh, come on. Come on. I know this was different times, but still.
Well, I made a man out of him. When he was 16, we had a fight. Hit me in the jaw. He's a big kid. I haven't seen him for 2 years.
I wonder why, huh? I wonder why.
It's no secret children from slum backgrounds are potential menaces to society.
Potential.
I think-
Brother, you can say that again.
Oh,
Real trash. I
oh,
don't want
he
any
knows
part of
something or
them,
he
I'm
wants to
telling
say.
you.
I've lived in a slum all my life.
Ah, okay, we're getting both sides. All right.
I mean,
He
Come
couldn't
on now,
keep
there's
quiet,
nothing
huh?
personal
oh,
about
there
this.
was something personal. Come on, fella, he didn't mean
Hey.
you. Let's not be so sensitive.
12 Angry Men, is it gonna be a screaming match at the end? Everybody screaming, arguing.
According to testimony, the boy looks guilty. Maybe he is. I sat there in court for 6 days listening while the evidence built
Oh,
up.
6 days.
Everybody sounded so
My.
positive. I mean, if I was on trial for my life, I'd want my lawyer to tear the prosecution witnesses to shreds, or at least try
Yeah,
to.
do anything.
Look.
I don't want to die.
There was one alleged eyewitness to this killing. But actually, those 2 witnesses were the entire case for the prosecution. Could they be wrong?
What are you
could.
trying to say? Those people sat on the stand under oath.
They're only people. People make mistakes. Could they be wrong?
Even if they were not lying, you know, you see something from afar or you hear something, it's not exactly as it seems sometimes, you know.
And it isn't. Well, what about it? The knife this fine, upright boy admitted buying the night of the killing.
Say, could you bring us the knife?
Can they just use
The
evidence
knife
like
and
this?
the way it was bought is pretty strong evidence, don't you think?
Bought the
Now,
same
suppose we take
day.
these facts one at a time. He went directly to a neighborhood junk shop where he bought one of those
switch knives.
switchblade knives. The storekeeper who sold it to him said it was the only one of its kind he had ever had in stock. 3, they identified the death weapon in court as that very same knife. Now, what happened to the switch knife? He claims that it fell through a hole in his pocket on the way to the movies sometime between 11:30 and 3:10, and that he never saw it again. I think it's quite clear that the boy never went to the movies that night. No one at the theater identified him. He couldn't even remember the names of the pictures he saw.
Okay, that's not good,
What
really.
actually happened is this. Someone picked it up off the street, went to the boy's house, and stabbed his father with it just to test its sharpness.
No, I'm just saying it's possible the boy lost his knife and that somebody else stabbed his father with a similar knife.
It's a very unusual knife. I've never seen one like it.
I'm just saying a coincidence is possible.
And I say it's not possible.
Hey, about to get heated.
Where did that come from?
Oh, shit. Oh, my.
Where did you get it?
I bought that in a little pawn shop just 2 blocks from the boy's house. I have a proposition to make to all of you.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to call for another vote. I want you 11 men to vote by secret written ballot. There are 11 votes for guilty. I won't stand alone. We'll take in a guilty verdict to the judge right now. But if anyone votes not guilty, we stay here and
Somebody else is gonna vote. Somebody else is gonna vote not guilty. Now, it's easier to vote against people or against, like, the mass when it's anonymous. This is really well shot.
Guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty. Guilty.
You sit here, vote guilty like the rest of us, then some golden voice preacher starts tearing your
It wasn't
poor
him.
heart out about some, and you change your vote. Why don't you drop a quarter in this collection box?
Oh, come on. Come on.
It doesn't matter. He's very excited.
I don't know. It seemed like he was smiling a bit from the corner of his face.
Guilty man in the chair where he belongs.
He didn't change his vote. I did.
Oh.
Oh.
Would you like me to tell you why?
Yes.
Oh, I would like you
Do
to.
we have to listen to this?
The man wants to talk.
Let him talk.
The boy in trial is probably guilty, but I want to hear more. Right now, the vote is
Good.
10
Everybody
to-
should be
I'm
like this,
talking
you know.
here. You have-
I think he's maybe guilty, but who knows?
Are you a salesman?
I'm an architect.
All talking about their jobs, I don't know if they can bring a different angle, you know, from their experience, maybe, you know, think differently or just analyze things differently.
She said she saw the killing through the windows of a moving elevated train. There were 6 cars on the train. She saw the killing through the last 2 cars. And I don't see how you can argue with that.
Has anybody here any idea how long it would take an elf?
Oh god, playing tic-tac-toe.
This isn't a game.
This is a life you're talking about.
It takes a 6-car L train 10 seconds to pass a given point. Has anyone here ever lived near the L tracks? I lived in a 2nd-floor apartment near the L line once. When the window is open and the train goes by, the noise is almost unbearable. You can hardly hear yourself think.
All right.
The old man in the apartment downstairs, he says he heard the boy say, "I'm gonna kill you," and a split second later heard a body hit the floor. The woman across the street swore positively.
Could have
she looked
heard
out the
something
window.
else if the train was super loud, huh?
Passing elevated train, right? The last 2 cars. We've agreed.
If it
that
all happened
takes
at the
10
same
seconds
time, yeah.
for a train to pass a given point. Since the woman saw the killing through the last 2 cars, we can assume that the body hit the floor just as the train went by.
Exactly, so it was super loud. They
Therefore,
probably
the
did not
train
hear
had
it.
been roaring by. "I'm gonna kill you," body hitting the floor a split second later, would have had to hear the boy make this statement with the yell roaring past his nose. It's not possible he could have heard it. Do you think
It's a
he
good
could have heard
point.
it?
It's a good point.
Top of his voice.
He didn't hear it. I mean, with all that L noise.
Slowly gotta be convincing the other ones, huh?
What's he got to gain?
No.
Attention, maybe. This is a quiet, insignificant old man who has been nothing all his life.
And now he
Who
wants to
never
be
had
something.
recognition. That's a very sad thing to mean nothing.
Okay, so at least this is a contribution, you know, he's contributing something to society.
This
It's the most fantastic story I've ever heard. How can you make up a thing like that? What do you know about it?
Because he would do that, huh? He puts himself in his shoes. You see what I said earlier, you know? All bringing up their perspective. We all see the world, all see things differently,
I'd
so...
like to talk about it for a minute.
The kid said he was going to kill him, and he did kill him.
Let me ask you this. Do you really think the boy'd shout out a thing like that so the whole neighborhood could hear him?
No.
I don't think so. He's much too bright for that.
Yeah.
He's a common ignorant slob. He don't even speak good English.
He doesn't even speak good English.
Really good writing in this film so far, especially a film like focusing on just one conversation. Like the dialogue gotta be on point.
3 favor of guilty.
Oh shit, one more. Alright.
For crying out loud, the kid's own lawyer knew he didn't stand a chance.
He was court appointed. It's the kind of case that brings him nothing. No money, no glory, not even much chance of winning. That's not a very promising situation for a young lawyer.
Just wants to get rid of the case. Okay, let's do it quick. He's guilty.
You pointed out a minute ago.
Please to say something.
Good, good. Come
I have
on.
been listening very carefully. Now, how was he caught by the police? He came back home, and he was captured by 2 detectives in the hallway of his house. If he really had killed his father, why would he come back home 3 hours later?
Look, you voted guilty. What side are you on?
I don't believe I have to be loyal to one side or the other. I'm simply asking questions.
Yeah, this is a
Just off the top of
conversation.
my head, but I just don't think that he would have gone back.
He's not guilty. I am sure he's not guilty now with all of the evidence, everything.
Did or didn't the old man see the kid running out of the house at 12:10?
He says he did.
Says he did. Boy, how do you like that?
Now, look, witnesses can make mistakes.
Sure, when you
Exactly,
want them to, they do.
exactly.
When he wants letting everybody hear. I'm talking here.
Every time there's a new vote, more people are convinced that he did not do it, because when you start to analyze things, you're like, oh, you know, maybe this and that could happen, you know?
All those voting not guilty, please raise your hands. Still the same. 1, 2, 3
shit.
not guilty.
He doesn't want
9
to.
guilty.
He's gonna raise his hand.
I vote not guilty.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kid is guilty. Why don't
4
you
people
listen
now.
to the facts?
The vote is 8-4, favor of guilty.
Hey, what is this? Love your underprivileged brother week or something?
Oh my.
Now, what about the old man? Are we supposed to believe that he didn't get up and run to his door and see the kid tearing down the steps 15 seconds after the killing?
He
And
just
pop up
pointed
the
out
phone of a
something.
face wherever we
Hold on
look.
a second. Now, look. Did the old man say he ran to the door?
Ran, walked, what's the difference? He got on.
Yeah,
He was
it's
out there.
it's a big difference.
Man who drags 1 foot when he walks because he had a stroke last year can get from his bedroom to his front door in 15 seconds.
20
Shit, that's a good
15.
point.
He said 20
That's a
seconds. What are
good
you trying to
point.
distort? He was an old man. Half the time he was confused. How could he be...
So if he was confused, he could have been confused about what he saw.
The old man was in this bedroom right here. He would have had to walk 12 feet, open the bedroom door, walk 43 feet down, and open the front door, all in 15 seconds. You think he could have done it?
Make it sound like a long walk.
For an old man who had a stroke, it is a long walk.
Exactly.
Will you stand right there and mark the front door? It was chain locked according to the testimony, remember? Has anybody got to watch for the second
Oh,
hand?
so he had to unlock the door as well.
The body falling. You can tie me from there.
What are we going to
Let's
do,
go.
play charades now?
15 seconds.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
What are we waiting? Come on, speed it up. He walked twice as fast as that.
Yeah, he probably walked at a similar speed, huh? That's definitely more than 16 seconds.
Lock, door, stop.
Right. Exact.
Oh.
1 second.
Here's what I think happened.
Shit, more
The old
than
man heard the fight between the
double.
boys hours earlier.
Yeah, he could not
And when he's
run.
lying in his bed, he heard a body hit the floor in the boy's apartment, heard somebody racing down the stairs, and assumed it was the boy. I think that's possible.
Assume.
Is he gonna be the only one? Everybody else is gonna be convinced except him.
This little display takes the cake. Do you listen to some fairy tales? Suddenly you start getting through to some of these old ladies, will you not?
Come on, he has a valid point. Everything he's brought up, you know.
You all know he's guilty. He's got to burn. You're letting him slip through our fingers.
Slip through our fingers? Are you his executioner?
I'm one of them.
Perhaps you'd like to pull the switch. I feel
My
sorry
God,
for you.
is
What
this
it must
personal?
feel like to want to pull the switch. You want to see this boy die because you personally want it, not because of the facts.
Hey.
You're a sadist.
Kill him.
You'll kill me, do you?
Oh shit! Ah! Oh god, dude, that was good. That was good.
I think it's all right.
He said it, but he probably didn't mean it. Like, would you kill him? No, but
What are you looking at?
now even more people are gonna be convinced. Last time it was 4 people not guilty. Let's have a vote.
Pardon me, but don't you ever sweat?
No, I don't. Okay, I'll call off your jury numbers. 1. Oh, that's me.
I vote guilty. 2.
Number 12.
Oh, he's not sure.
Guilty.
Half and half. We got 6 and 6.
The facts are supposed to determine the case.
Don't give me that. I'm sick and tired of facts. You can twist them any way you like. You know what I mean?
That's exactly the point this gentleman has been making.
Exactly, you know? The old dude and the lady could have been mixing things up. Maybe not on purpose,
Man
but...
gets on my...
It's so quiet. Like, for the first time since the beginning.
Hey, what is it with this fan here? How come... Hey, huh?
Oh.
I'd like to go over something, if you gentlemen don't mind.
All right, let's go. Another
An
point.
important point for the prosecution was the fact that after the boy claimed he'd been at the movies during the hours that the killing took place, couldn't remember the names of the movies or the stars who appeared in them. Do you think you could remember details after an upsetting experience such as being slapped in the face by your father?
I think so. The boy couldn't remember the names of the movies he saw because he wasn't there that night.
According to the police testimony in court, the boy was questioned by the detectives in the kitchen of his apartment, while the body of his father was lying on the floor in the bedroom.
Oh my
you think you could
god.
remember details?
That's something we didn't know, you know? Slowly getting more information.
Yes.
Changing our thoughts on
great
things.
pains to bring that out.
Where were you last night?
I was home.
What
How
did
about
you
the night
watch?
before that?
I left the office at 8:30 and went straight home and to bed.
And the night before that?
The night of the
It's gonna
bridge
become
tournament.
ever
I
increasingly
played bridge.
difficult, huh?
Monday night?
Monday night, my wife and
What
I
did
went
you
to the
see?
movie.
What did you see?
The Scarlet Circle.
What was the second feature?
Doesn't remember.
Mrs. Bainbridge, the remarkable Mrs. Bainbridge.
I saw that. It's called The Amazing Mrs. Bainbridge.
Oh, shit.
Yes, the amazing Mrs. Bainbridge.
You see a little detail.
Amazing, Mrs. Bainbridge. And
You
you
see-
weren't under an emotional stress, were you?
Yeah, he is sweating. I don't know. Is that rain or is that sweat?
I wasn't.
I think the point is made.
Exactly.
There was this whole business about the stab wound and how it was made. The downward angle of it, you know. It's 5 feet 7 inches tall. His father was 6'2". That's a difference of 7 inches. A very awkward thing to stab down into the chest of someone who's more than half a foot taller than you are.
Oh. Damn, he got a point.
Somebody get up.
No, not him. No.
What's it
Now, this is the way I'd stab a man who was taller than I was. Down and in.
Yeah.
And this is the way it was done.
Anybody here ever see a knife fight?
Oh, I have.
How do you use a switchblade?
Well, he never used it like this. See, you lose too much time switching hands. Here's how.
You'd say the boy was pretty handy with a knife. You think he could have made the kind of wound that killed his father?
No.
Probably not.
What do you think?
Not sure,
I
huh?
don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know.
Exactly. You got one more person. 7 to 5.
I changed my vote to not guilty.
Oh shit.
You what?
You heard me. I had enough.
What do you mean you've had enough? That's no answer.
What kind of a man are you? And now you have changed your vote because you say you're sick of all the talking?
Yeah, it's not a good reason.
If
Hey.
you want to vote not guilty, then do it because you are convinced the man is not guilty, not because you've had enough.
Good.
And if you think he want another vote.
7.
One more. 8 to 4. All right.
9.
9 to 3. Shit. Now it's the other way. Now we gotta convince these ones. But these ones are the most stubborn.
And let me tell you, they don't need any real big reason to kill someone either. They get drunk. Oh, they're real big drinkers, all of them. You know
Oh,
that.
come on. Don't categorize everybody.
That's the way they are, by nature. Violent. Where are you going?
Oh, no. Everybody's getting up. Huh?
This kid is a liar. I know it. I know all about
All
him.
facing away, yeah? Now all gonna sit down. It's really well done.
We may be trying to let a guilty man go free. I don't know.
But
we
at
have a
least we're not
reasonable
killing
doubt.
somebody, you know?
No jury can declare a man guilty unless it's...
Good. I like this.
We 9.
Let's talk about this woman for a moment. She said she went to bed about 11 o'clock that night.
Yeah.
Her bed was next to the window, and she could look out while lying down. And as she looked out, she saw the killing through the windows of a passing L train. But that she got a good look at the boy in the act of stabbing his father. As far as I can see it, this is unshakable testimony. What do
But
you
a train went by at the same time, right?
All right, I'm changing my vote.
Oh.
He's guilty.
If anybody
Oh,
else,
no.
the vote is 8 to 4.
Let's go over it again.
We've been over it again. The boy
I don't know,
in the
maybe
gray
just
flannel
talking
suit.
about it again, there's gonna be something new, just in detail that, oh yeah, oh shit, alright.
Nasty.
Summon the aforementioned 7 o'clock.
I'm sorry for interrupting, but you made a gesture that reminded me of something. Well, I think
Reminded
it's
you of what?
important. I was wondering why you rub your nose like that.
Oh, come on.
No, it's just
At
itchy.
this point, I happen to be talking to the gentleman sitting next to you. Now, is it because of your eyeglasses?
It is.
Your eyeglasses made those 2 deep impressions in the sides of your nose.
Oh,
I hadn't noticed that
boy.
before.
When you
The
focus on
woman
somebody,
who
you see
testified that
details.
She saw the killing had those same marks on the sides of her nose.
No. Shit! Oh my god, Jasmine is gonna convince other people, huh?
She had those same marks.
Oh
She kept rubbing them
boy.
in court.
So if she was in bed,
right.
didn't have the
She did do
glasses.
that a lot.
Shit.
Could those marks be made by anything other than eyeglasses?
Probably not.
No, they couldn't.
What about the lawyer? Why didn't he say something?
There are 12 people in here concentrating on this case. 11 of us didn't think of it either.
It's such a small detail that you don't think about it.
But when she saw this kid killing his father, she was in the house alone.
She was in bed, no
Do you wear
glasses.
glasses when you go to bed?
No, I don't.
Exactly. Shit.
No one wears eyeglasses to bed.
I only know the woman's eyesight is in question now. She had to be able to identify a person 60 feet away at night without glasses.
Oh, when you say it like that, it's like, she probably did it.
Don't give me that.
Don't you think the woman might have made a mistake?
Yes.
No.
We're not saying she made a mistake. It's just, it's possible.
Not guilty.
Change his belt back.
You?
The dude with the glasses isn't sure.
I'm convinced.
Come on, after all of this.
What's the
Oh!
matter with you? Well, what about all the other evidence? What about all that stuff? The knife, the whole business?
But are you 100% convinced? Seriously, are you 100% convinced? I'm getting angry as well.
What are we doing now?
11 against 1.
The old man saw him right there on the step.
It took him 40 seconds. He couldn't.
Seconds it
He
was.
couldn't have ran. And for the sound, there was a train passing by.
I'm telling you, everything that's gone on has been twisted and turned.
Oh
This
boy.
business with the glasses? I'm telling you, I've got all the facts here. Well, that's
No.
it. That's the whole case.
Is that the kid?
Kids, you work your life out.
Not guilty?
Not guilty.
Oh! So he lives. He lives.
We're ready now.
What an argument, huh? What a convo. How nice. He's the one to stay. Both enemies, kinda, you know?
What's your name?
Davis.
Davis, alright, finally getting a name. The end. 12 Angry Men. Alright. Really happy I saw this movie. A movie that I wouldn't have checked in another circumstance if I wasn't doing these videos. Just going back a couple of years, a couple of decades. What is this, 57? Is it like 60, 70 years? That old. I really like this. Really like the conversation that they had. You know, they've been at this jury for already 6 days, but they were still talking about this. Like repeating the same information over and over again. But you know, at some point it just clicks, just randomly, oh yeah, that could happen, that just figuring out new information. And we were figuring out the stuff at the same time as them, you know, not knowing more information that they did. So, you know, it kept it suspenseful and like, oh, ton of details and a ton of stuff that we did not notice. Just like the girl with this over here with the marks, you know, just touching her nose, just so many details like that. That was pretty crazy. We didn't have any names for any of the characters. We only had Davis at the end, number 3, but our main characters, number 3, you know, but that was against the non-guilty, you know, that he was for the non-guilty, basically, and then you had everybody else trying to convince him otherwise, but he did the opposite, really like that. And then our other main character was number 8, the last dude to be convinced, and now he convinced himself at the end by looking at the picture of his son. Wasn't too sure, but then remember, you know, the picture of his son. Earlier, he talked about how he got into a fight with his son, you know, and he hadn't seen his son in over 2 years. So I just think that personal connection at the end, it made him think like, oh, I'm mad because of the connection he has with his son. So, you know, that's why he wants to punish another one, punish another child. You know, it's crazy. Just a really great story. Let me know any other movie that from, I don't know, the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s that are worth checking out. Let me know in the comments below, and I'm definitely going to be looking at some, so let me know your best. And if there's already a bunch of comments, just like them, so the one with the most likes generally are the ones that I check out. So if you want to watch the entire reaction with me, want to watch the full movie, you can check the link in the description below to check out my Patreon, or you can just go there if you want to support me to help me make these videos on a consistent basis. So that's it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy these ones as well, right here. So, you know,